Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. Last time we were creating a crescent island. In Stranded Deep we had played around with some shipwrecks. We got these shipwrecks, a little way of jumping across from one ship to the other. Nice, we'd created this this sort of crescent lagoon thing going on. We'd also use these cliff 6 to mark out the island itself. Now we're going to need to build up all of this around the back. That's going to be a thing that we are definitely hoping to do. But, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm not entirely too sure which direction I'm going to take this. I kind of like the idea of having some sort of cliff thing in the middle, like a cave or something. That'd be pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. So what we could do is hit up the objects and then get rid of E. Get rid of V. Yes, get rid of E. Yes. Oh no, all the cliffs are gone. That is a terrible thing. Well, we can actually get rid of all of the cliffs. I think we can just press delete. Yeah, we can press delete. I mean, it means taking my hand off the mouse, so it's no faster than clicking on the thing anyway, but that's not a problem. So we actually are left with quite a bit of real estate. It doesn't look big, but if I push the right keys and we start descending, rather than the wrong keys and we start going up in the world, if we bring in a structure, if we bring in something like Shipwreck 3A, which is a standard shipwreck, there's a lot of space on this island. There's a huge amount of space still. So even though we've carved in this huge lagoon, which still needs a bit of smoothing, it's still a bit sort of steep there for my liking, we do have quite a lot of real estate. So what we are going to do is hit up rock. No, we're not. In fact, we're going to hit up structures first, because we're going to get a door. We need a door. Why do we need a door? Why would you use a door? Who in their right mind would use a door? A door is about the same size as a person. I think we established that a few episodes, a few months ago, when we were trying to work out how high your avatar is when you're building stuff in the game. And a door is actually a perfect way of doing it, because your avatar has to stuff themselves through a door every now and again. So we're going to find up cliff 6, and we're going to go blammo, T. Bring it down, fuzzy little man, dude. We're just going to create a little tunnel, I feel. A little tunnel. And the reason we're going to be doing that is because, well, there is no reason. It's just a thing to do. There is no way of making an underground lair in this just by manipulating the terrain. So I'm just going to look above. Yeah, that's a craggy little tunnel-y thing. It's tricky to do. It's tricky to do, and it's tricky to do well. I think that's one of the things. So what we need to do is we need to do this. So we need to get the walls in, and then we can use cliff 6 across the top. That's okay. So we can do that. R to rotate. R again. Blam. And one of the problems is that when you lay stuff down. Yes, it's a little bit on the chunky side. It's a little bit on the chunky side. Can we grab the green toggle? Yes. And then you have a problem with height. That is a problem with height. Alright, I wonder if we can do this in a different way. Cliff 6 is great, because there's a huge slab of cliff. But I'm wondering if we can just use rocks. Big rock. Probably. Yeah, the big rocks would do. Cliff 3, cliff 4, cliff 5. Let's see what we got. I think one of these, cliff 3? Yeah, one of these is better than the others. The trouble with these is they are open on the bottom. So if we rotate it around, when we say it's open on the bottom, what we mean is, if you look at a mesh from a certain direction, like the texture only shows from one direction, even though it still exists as an entity. So, bloop, see? So that's if you ever played a first-person shooter and you end up under the map, you can see everyone running around. That's the mechanic that because you never see under there, so why texture it? But for us, this is going to be a bit of an issue, and that's going to be a height issue as well. That's too big. That is too big, my friends. So what can we do to create a roof for a little cave that isn't ginormous? Not sure. I mean, we can just leave it like this as a little cut through to walk through. I wonder if these big rocks are going to help. Let's just get them out on the beach. Big rock, big rock, big rock. Which is the biggest of the big rocks? I think big rock. Big rock 4 and big rock 5? Yeah, they do seem to be the best. So we could probably create, what we could do is build up the dirt around the outside and then have the big rocks across the middle. And then just do something with trees and stuff. That might actually work. Let's give it a shot. Let us do this. Let's do this. Rotate. If we rotate, we are going to be building with blocks. And it's like, but you have not made the rest of the island yet. What are you doing? Well, the answer to that is we are creating some points of interest before building up the rest of the island, because we're going to have to heap up a load of dirt this side and a load of dirt this side in order to make this work. So getting this bit sorted first is probably a good idea. So we will press T. Sure. Let's bring this up. And we still have to try and avoid, stuff like this. So we've got the same texture repeated, or the same geometry repeated. Don't like it. Don't want that. That is something that's a big no-no. Absolutely not. No. You do not want pattern repeats, and you do not want repeats in geometry. Because if people see that, they'll be like, oh no. What is this? Why can I see the repeated geometry? This just looks like you've just cloned over something again and again. I'm out. I can't do it. So yeah, you don't want to upset your players. So what we're doing is we're sort of putting this over here and here. The trouble is with these rocks, they're great because they are kind of closed off. They're not so great because they're a different texture to the cliffs. How far away is that? It is about 1 million miles away. Or 1 million miles. So, yeah, there's kind of a gap there. Boop. Boop that in there. And let's have a look. It's nice, it's wide. We could put some plants and stuff in here, just kind of, yeah, that might actually work. Quite well. Right, we've got another rock here. Should we just look for any? So yeah, the camera will move faster or slower depending on how the distance it is from the ground and the distance it is from objects. Objects being stuff like this. So if you suddenly find your camera rushes off into the middle of nowhere, you might actually find that your camera has become released from an object and is now screaming off towards Mars, like a cherry red Tesla. Topical. Like a cream. Or, well, I don't know. So let's have a look. So if you're walking through here, you're going to say, oh, rocks and stuff. The roof is a little bit different. But it's fine. We'll do it. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's fine. So what we could do is build up around it. Well, I think we can get that. I think the door actually is fine. There is that's absolutely. The door can get through there. So as a general rule of thumb, if the door can get through, we can get through. Not a problem. So we're just going to get rid of the door at this point. Blammo, gone. Can we get our way through the... there we go. Through the cliffs. Through the storms. So we need to be on terrain. Terrain, just make sure, just double check. Yeah, that's fine. So if we quickly save, we will just hit save and then resume. And the reason for doing that is we're about to hit up the terrain tools. And I don't want to be in a situation where we try and raise the terrain up. Let's change the amount all the way down. I have a hard edge brush because we want to raise this up very like a cylinder almost. So what we're going to do is raise it up, and because we've got the thickness of this Cliff 6 model, we can actually raise up into the Cliff 6 model to give, let's have a look on the outside. In fact, what we can do is bring up one of these sections and then take a reading. What I don't want to do is fill this passage, which is kind of, no, it's okay. We don't want to fill the passage up with dirt, but we do want the dirt to cover some of this rock. See? So that you'll come up, and then what you'll actually see from the outside are these rocks here, and then you on the inside you get the cliffs and stuff. So it's not going to look like a structure in the middle of nowhere. If you see what I mean. So what we're going to do is we are going to set height. We're going to read from... No, we're not. I'm going to read from there. Blammo. So if we do this... See, not just a pretty face. Well, not a pretty face at all, actually, but it means that we can, at least for the first part, get the old dirt over here. Now I want to bring it level with the top of... So I'm going to fill this in. We might need to sort of smooth it off and various bits and pieces. So we're bringing it in. We might need to throw some more rocks just to fill in these gaps, but it's not going to be a problem. Not going to be a problem. Not going to be a problem at all. So I just need to keep checking on the inside, make sure there's nothing on the inside that's visible. Cool. And it's going to take a while. You sort of push and hold, and then the dirt will rise up. There we go. Nice. So that can fill there. So the hard edge brush just literally gives you a lovely cliff shape. What we're going to do is bring this down, soften it either direction. We could actually add some more bits of rock to give it some purpose, rather than just a nice feature of the map. It's like, no, that's supposed to be there. It is actually supposed to be there. So we're doing this, fill it up. Cool. So we could probably put cliffs around the front, and then have the back all nice and gentle, a gentle slope, because you are going to want to walk across the top. It's a thing that people are going to want to do. So good. So we can bring this out this way. In fact, we leave that momentarily and go to rocks. And we can find this cliff one. Yeah, why not? And then we press T. So we've got this kind of thing going on. I'm going to bring the sand out a little bit as well. What's happened here? Oh, I believe we've clicked a little bit too far forward. Right, okay. Yeah, that's not a problem. So we'll just bring that in there. And that's about right. Yeah, that's fine. The other side, I'm not going to make it symmetrical because, well, nature doesn't always do symmetry that well. So we'll bring this down. I see a problem. The problem is this huge gap here. Whoa! I pressed F. F brings it back into focus. Right, so we're going to hit R to rotate. This might actually work quite well because if we do this, hit up R again. Yes, I see. Good. So that... Did we manage to delete? I think we've managed to accidentally delete something. Huh. Alright, well, that's terrible. How do we manage that? Where did it go? Did I? There was another cliff there. I'm not going insane. Right. Okay. That's strange. Strange, but I guess it's true. Fine. So we've got this kind of weird mess on the back end, but you can run through there. Okay, not a problem. We've got this lovely shipwrecky thing here. We could even get away with that being just the sort of central mass of the island and get rid of these two and just have like palm trees and stuff, or just drop them down into the terrain so they are they're still there, or it gives a reason for these sort of arms to be out, but it doesn't sort of but it doesn't sort of distract, I guess, from the rest of the terrain. I don't really know. Let's do this. Let's press T, bring them out. Let's put T again. There we go. We'll just leave that for the time being as we work on the rest of the island. Yeah, we're going to need to sort of bring this down. I think I'll leave that for the time being. It looks a bit of a mess. It's functional, at least, because you can still go through the center, not a problem. We will throw a load of plants around the back to kind of disguise the fact this is here. We might even put some more cliffy bits there. But we have these huge sweeping beaches, which, yeah, they're all right. They're kind of all right. It's kind of all right. Let us something. Raise lower. No. Yes. Maybe. Ooh, don't know. Smooth height. No, we don't want smooth height. Raise and lower. Probably raise. Probably soft brush. Probably big brush. Probably the amount right down. We could just kind of... this again, yes. Yes, this takes me back. This takes me back. So if we accidentally clip this, we might end up raising it up. So what we can do is kind of raise the terrain up around here. Just brushing, forever brushing. And just sort of brush out further and further and further. We do want an uneven terrain because that's going to give us interest in the ground. But what we don't necessarily want, because what we could do is just hit set height and just blanket brush the island over. This bit does take a long time. Not gonna lie. So we could probably keep some of this water. So I'm just brushing this up because what we can then do is take a reading. As soon as this is, because we don't need this to join this, but as soon as this is kind of at the same level or equal to the level, we can take a reading from it, hit set height, and then just brush into it. Let's see. It all becomes clear. So let's brush out, and back in again. And you get these nice areas, and we can throw in a forest on there. That'd be quite nice, actually. Have a nice forest with a bit of a walkthrough underneath it. You can build a house on top. You don't know where I'm going from now. Probably Bristol. And we've got the shipwreck and everything out there, and a little lagoon. Yeah, I think the sign is going to be quite nice when it's done. There isn't a river. We haven't done a river. Oh, we could actually do a river. It's not a terrible idea. Still brushing the terrain in. So, brushing the terrain in. Let's do this. Still keeping an eye on this bit here. I think this is getting to a point where it's kind of dangerously close to being, because I don't want it too steep. So I might actually smooth that off. I don't want it to be too steep on the way up, because it's suddenly, hey, it looks like the map maker has just thrown in a load of dirt just to make this thing work. It's like, no. This is a natural thing that you're walking on, so make it look as realistic as possible. So I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just sort of building land up. There's not really much you can do when you're building land up. Just got to bring it up. Up and up and up and up and up. These little things are really tricky to do. Like anything where you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to build a bit of an underground layer. You can stack cliff 6 until your heart is content. Just know that the bottom is open, and it's a little bit tricky. So what we're going to do is just save ourselves some time. Hit up set height, read from boop there. Make sure the amount is down, and then just fill this in. I could probably crank the amount up, because what that's going to do is set it across there, isn't it? So it's going to bring down one side and raise up the other. It's not a terrible thing. It's not actually a terrible thing at all. We are going to need to brush out this way, but we always were going to do that. So let's do that. Let's brush it out. We might need to do something about this. Throw another cliff, maybe? Yeah, probably. I think probably another cliff just to hide out some rocks or something, because it's a bit too steep there. Okay, cool. So we've got this raised up. That was, it was like, what are you doing? It's going to take forever. No, we're done now. Done now. It's fine. So we can rip the knob off, change the size up. There we go. So, oh look, it's all falling away and it's all becoming smooth and stuff. Yep, that's exactly what we want. So it's almost unnoticeable. See? I do know some things. Some things, not everything. So what we can do at this point is, well, we have to do the same thing on the other side. Make sure the amount is down. Raise it up. Raise it up. So we've got this area in the middle. Nice. This is going to work. This is going to work. This is absolutely going to work. I'm not just saying that because I'm not sure if it's going to work. But if you don't try these things, you never know. We already have one focal point. And it's kind of nice because it leads from here to here to here. Bearing in mind that people can approach the island from any direction. So it's a curious thing. A curious thing. And people are obviously going to want to walk on top of whatever you've built. And they're going to walk through whatever you've built. It's, yeah. Fine. Fine. So we're just raising this up. This is not going to plan this side because we need to brush out a lot further over here. There we go. Yes. In order to have a very smooth transition between beach and the top of the structure, you don't want to see. I say again. No, you don't want it to be obvious that this is a change in altitude, even. Which is really tricky to do in the map editor, because without having a little ragdoll dude or having the ability to switch to first person mode, you're kind of left guessing. With the door, well, the door's kind of a neat little quick fix for a problem that shouldn't really exist. Let's change the size down. Let's bring this up here. So we're going to need to, what are we doing here? We're going to need to do something with that. We've got cliff 6 here. It's all raised up. Let's smooth this down. That is smooth, isn't it? Yes, it is. Of course it is. Brilliant. So we're going to change the size up. Not that big. Down. There we go. Smooth this off. So it's build it up, smooth it off, build it up, smooth it off. Key to lovely, lovely looking terrain. There we go. Right, okay. We are going to set height. Are we? Yeah, we are. Of course we are. I'm going to loop it from the other side. Change the amount down. Change the size down. There we go. Oh no, what's going on? That's terrible. No, that's fine. It's fine. Change the amount down. Because we've got all the stuff here now. It's all backed up. We can bring this up. Is that going to actually raise it above what we've got currently? No, it's fine. So we're going to go and raise that up there. Nice. That's working quite well. Most good. Right, okay. Good. And then we can sort of smooth that off. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That has worked astonishingly well. if I do say so myself. So it's still, still a massive drop, and we're going to have to sort that out. But from this side of the island, yeah, it's absolutely fine. You just smooth that off. I'll throw some cliffs and stuff in there. Let's get rid of that. So that's going to be annoying. That's just a little thing, and it's just like, that doesn't look like it should be there. If I smooth through there with this set like it is, it's gonna pick up the fact that there's terrain in these rocks, and it's gonna fill that in there up, and that's gonna be not a good thing. We're also gonna need to do something with this beach because it's way too narrow. But all in good time, and I think time is one of the things we do actually have. So raise and lower. No. We are going to raise though. We're going to change that down so the amount is down. I'm going to just brush in here. Raise the cliffs up. Raise the dirt behind the cliffs. In fact, we could just. That's much better. Much better. Let's have a little look. Keep changing the angle on which we're looking because otherwise we're not going to be able to see. Soften that off. That's set height. That's soften off. Good. Absolutely delightful. Good. So bring that in. Now I don't like the fact that this is an absolute sort of very flat area up here. That's going to be something we need to look at momentarily. So let's brush this in along here. In fact, raise and lower. Let's make sure the amount is down, make sure raise is set, and then change the size up so we can just brush along here now. No. So, yeah, in order to make this sort of structure in the middle of the island work, we've had to really work it into the fabric of the landscape. We can't just have it as a blob on its own because, well, you can. I mean, there's nothing stopping you doing it, but it just wouldn't feel right. So we are going to bring this up. We can have steep sides to stuff, but I mean, come on. We can also have cliffs and things if we feel the sides are too steep. They are an interesting compromise. In fact, we're probably going to end up doing that at some point. So brush that back. Just smoothing, brushing and smoothing, and then you find that this works or this doesn't work. What I don't want is a bit of a rough terrain with a bit of let's see what that's looking like still. You can still see through it. Nice. All right. It'll be fine as soon as we throw in a load of plants as well to distract from the fact that we've made a mess of this lovely landscape. Yeah, neat. That's good. What we can also do is, I tell you what. No, we do want rocks. Rocks. So if we come around here and do something with this while we're still thinking about it, click on that. Let's bring it up a little bit. Nice. Cliff 6. Cliff 6 is the cliff that ends all other cliffs. It is a useful cliff. It is one that I'm sure... Actually, I'm sure if you were to try and draw like a graph or something about how many cliffs have been used on this in the map editor, I'm pretty sure Cliff 6 would be right up there because it is one of those ones that is just huge, but also is immensely useful in its size. So that's fine. Probably do something with this as well. Rockety rocks. Throw a big rock in there. Yep. Probably do the same thing with this actually. If we press rotate. Sure. What I don't want is huge gaps which a player can fall into and get stuck. That's one thing you do need to look for. I wouldn't say stuff like that, but anywhere where a player can just fall into a crevasse, you don't want that to happen because they'll be like, oh, well, there's nothing I can do now. It's bad map design, that is. So you throw in a big rock. So we have our we have our little cut through, a little subterranean cut through. And what we'll do is we'll throw a load of trees. We'll forest that entire thing so it looks banging. That's good. Right, good. Terrain. But for now, we're going to need to do a lot more brushing. But we have this huge bank across the middle of the island, which means if you're looking this way, we're going to need to smooth that off, I feel. Let's grab that. Size right, smooth. Blammo. There we go. Because that looks a little crazy the way it is. Let's do this. Yes. Good. Yeah, I was just looking at that huge sort of shoulder of land, and it's like, well, it doesn't look great. Don't look great. We'll brush this back. Back. So this is kind of the stage in the map creation where you're like, oh, have I done this right? Is this going to look fine when I'm finished with it? Is it going to be? Is it going to even be playable? Am I going to like it? And you can get really disheartened at this stage. Yeah, I would just carry on because it's one of those things. The more you play with it, the better it's going to feel. And especially if you get to a point you're just like, you know what, I don't really know what to do. Grab the smoothing brush and go around the island and just have a little smooth, just smooth off everything, and then it'll start looking a bit more like it's supposed to be there. Oh, that's what happened to it. It's kind of floating above the terrifying abyss. Why did that happen? Can I not get... the camera's stuck on the rock. All right, well, I think you can go now. Thank you. That's good. Excellent. Right, okay, so we have a lagoon. We have a reason for the lagoon to be there because the boat is there and probably action from the sea has washed out the lagoon. We have a cliff with a hole through the middle. That's kind of nice. And we have some terrain around the outside that is equally as nice. I think this island's going to be okay, lads and ladies. I think it's absolutely going to be fine. So, you know what? I'm going to leave it there for this episode. If you like this episode, definitely leave a cheeky little like, leave a subscribe, and you know what? Tell your friends about the channel. I will catch you next time.